No, very pleased about the spring game, and it was really exciting just to see our fans come out in the numbers they came out in. Don't know exactly how many showed up, but it's just so good that our players had a chance to go out and just perform in front of a crowd. Usually you go out to practice, no one is standing out there, and now all of a sudden you have a crowd. And I think some had kind of some jitters. If you think about that we started off with the second offense versus the first defense. And second, drove the ball down the field. Miles made a couple of throws there and gave up a touchdown. And then they got settled in and started playing. And then offensively, we had to do a better job of executing. Tyrone, just to get him to settle down, just play with confidence. And then go just manage the offense and just go lead the offense. You're the quarterback, and it's all about you and what you have to do and make sure that we just drive the ball, get first downs. Don't look for the big play. Get the first downs and just continue to move the chains. But we escaped injury-free, probably had just one bump or bruise, but, just to get it completed. And now we get into next week. They're going to sit down. They're going to meet with our coaches and have a chance just to sit one-on-one, and the coaches tell them just exactly where they are. And then I want the coaches to let them know if you're a starter, you're a starter. If you're a backup, you're a backup. If you're a scout team player, you're a scout team player. But each player understands the role he has on this football team. And then the following week we're left, and then we get into final exams. But just overall, just pleased just how well we performed today. Well, I just wanted just to generate it, and then just our ones that come out with some confidence. And because usually when you match up ones on ones, if the offense doesn't score, then they feel like that they're a long ways away, or if the offense just drove the ball on the defense, then the defense feel like they can't stop anybody. But even the way that we did it today, you still just defensively, we were able to go get some turnovers, and if we don't have a big pick there by McKelly ends up making a big pick and going to go score. Then we had us another interception by Josh and turned the ball over by Miles. He turned it over. But just even defensively, we were able to just go play.
Were you pleased? Speaking of confidence, there was one point where Tyrone looked like he had the edge now. The first half, he had some overthrows, things like that. What were you guys telling me?
Well, he has some overthrows, and that's a quarterback. You got to bounce back and just get your head up and just execute and just do what we ask you to do. And it's about your confidence, and you once you start managing the offense, and then you understand that you're going to run the offense, and that you have to have a sense of urgency about you.
Did he show you the right makeup, the way he did settle in and respond, Tyrone?
Well, you like the way he was able to bounce back and like you said, made missed some big throws there. You like to have seen him complete those balls, but then the way he settled down and was able to bounce back, now you felt like, okay, now he's getting himself back under control.
Charlie, now that you've seen it, where do you think this team is strong, and where does it have the most work to do position-wise?
Well, I've said it the whole spring, and today is just not only one of the indications, but you look at it, you have a good running back in your run game with Malcolm, and now when you get Jonathan Gray back and you get Bergeron back, and then you get Overstreet, then you're looking at four backs right there with your run game. And then wide receiver, we just have a collection of guys. It's not one guy just stands out. DeJay goes out there and makes a big catch today. Harris, had some catches, meander, but you still got Marcus. But you have some guys that they can take the top off the defense, and just all about them just making the catches down. Our offensive line, you're looking at we're just looking for 7 or 8 guys. You get Perkins back, but Doyle's did an unbelievable job. Flowers on one side, Dom in the middle. Your 2 tackles. We gave up some sacks, but we can play better in our offensive line. And the quarterback position is going to be the key position, because you got to manage the offense, you got to run the offense. But that's going to be key right there. And what we got to have is we don't need a great play. We just need someone just to take control of it. And then you look at his tight end with Swain and McFarland, you're solid there. And then you go to the defensive side. I think our defensive front, with Brown and then with Tank and with Reed outside and Davis, you have your chance. And then in the middle at linebacker, we need to get a little stronger, because with Steve and Santos in the middle, you got to get stronger with Tim Cole but when we get our guys back, then you have your chance there at the linebacker, because then it's going to add strength to that position. And then the back end, we just can't give up the big play. But you have Duke and you have Diggs on one side, and then Thompson at safety, and Josh Turner. So, you know what, you have a core, you have your good group. It's just adding depth now. Don't know how good we can be. We still have a lot of work. We still have a long ways to go. You know, I always talk about effort. I thought we had really good effort today. I thought they went out and competed. But then, you know, just assignments. We could have been better on our assignments, and fundamentals and technique too. You know, it's all about just tackling, catching the football, making the throws. But those are something, you know, when you talk about fundamentals and technique, they can be corrected. Assignment can be corrected. We just got to do a better job of coaching. But just, you know, when you look at it, just overall, you know, we still have some work to do, and it's good. I wish I had 15 more days, but I don't have them. So now we just got to get our guys through the summer and then get them to fall camp. And when we get to fall camp, we just need to go to work and get a team out there and put a product out there that, you know, that is being consistent. It's all about consistency, and that's what you want to see from a football team. Just be a consistent team each and every snap.
Is that the whole thing in your mind? Is it you need 15 more practice or 15 more players coming back?
Well, if I could get both, that'd be super. Give me 15 more players and give me 15 more practices. I really have something on my hand now. But no, we always want more. As a coach, you always want more. But, you know, you take what you have and you just make it better. It's nothing you can do. We're not a pro team where I can't go trade for anybody. It's what I have.
What did Tyrone struggle with in the first half that he kind of turned around and fixed there in the second half?
Well, it's just going up and doing what we asked, just executing the offense. And it was some, you know what happens too, sometimes guys put pressure on themselves, and then, you know, he's stepping up there for the first time running the first team offense, and now you have a crowd out there in front of him, and probably he just needed to settle down. And I told him, listen, I'm not out here asking you to go out and just be a great player today. I just want you to go out and just do what we asked of you.
David got hurt, what were your conversations like with Tyrone, and how has he processed the information you've given him this spring?
Well, he's processed it well, and now it's just a matter of him just going out and doing what we ask him to do. As far as preparation, he comes in, he studies the film, he understands what's going on. You know, even today, I mean, he did what we asked of him, but he just missed the throws. You know, you saw guys wide open, so he was going in the area where the ball needed to go to. Now it's just a matter of him just settling in and just doing it. And a lot of times, what you can't do, especially at that position, is let one bad play lead to another. And when you force plays, that's what ends up happening to you.
You guys already committed to being a 4-3 defense this fall?
Well, we are very multiple on defense, and because you see us, we play some. Today we just showed that because we didn't want to show what we have, but because everybody know what our base is.
You talked about breaking up the year into 5 phases. You've gone through 2 of them already here. How are you personally feeling?
Well, you go through phase 1, winter conditioning, and our guys responded well. Because that's when you try to get guys bigger, stronger, faster, and a lot of them gained a lot of weight. And you just saw it through the all season when we got into spring practice. And the thing, you look at spring ball, and I always measure with, like I said, assignment and effort, assignment, technique, and fundamentals. We can improve and we can get better. So if you look at spring ball, we had to restart a couple of practices, but I would say winter conditioning, I'll probably say a B. Spring ball, probably a B. Now we get to the summer, and we'll just see where we are when we get to our summer conditioning to lead us to fall camp.
Charlie, Vance yesterday or the other day was asked what he was most surprised about. He said, you know, maybe a lack of confidence to make a play and just getting guys to play with more confidence. Can you talk about that and what you've seen?
Well, that's within the whole team, and that's what we spoke to him the other day about. What guys need to understand is that if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will believe in you. And you got to believe that you can go make plays, and you have to believe that you're good enough. Sometimes you don't think you're good enough because when you haven't had success, and when you always hear about so much has been made about bad things that happen, and a lot of times when when you hear so much negativity, you kind of listen to it. And that's what you can't listen to. And that's what I said to Tyrone today. Listen, you're a good player. Don't listen to what nobody said. You're a good player. So just settle down and become a good player. But that's what that's what every guy within this program right now. We just got to be consistent and develop some confidence and believe in yourself.
Charlie, you said you don't know how good a team you may be. What would you say your level of concern is right now that you may not be as good a team as you think?
Well, it's when you look at the level of concern, you go look at it today, and you go out and defensively you like to play a lot better, and get stops and make sure that teams you don't allow a team to just continually drive the football on you, and then on offense it's all about executing. But that's going to come with focus. It's going to come with preparation, and what happens too is that the players understand what we're looking for and what we're all about. And so once they understand that, then things will get much better. It's going to get better because now they're believing in the system. Well, if they trust and believe in the system, then we're always going to have a chance.
Do you feel like you have the talent level to be a really good team?
Well, I think the talent level's here. I think Coach did a great job of recruiting. I think he levels some really good talent. So now it's all about us. We can coach a lot better too.
But it is fair to say that the confidence thing is the biggest takeaway from the spring. Is the players have, like you said, believe in what y'all are teaching them and believe in themselves. And believe they can be a good team again.
Well, it's all about just trusting and believing in the system, and we have a system in place. So, and that's what they have to do is just trust and believe in the system. But you have to be consistent. Where each and every day when you go out to practice, you go out to practice to get better. And when guys understand, when you go to get better, then your confidence builds because each and every day you know that you're becoming a player that you need to become, that we want you to become.
Is it unsettling, the unknown quantity at quarterback with David's injury, concussion, pass? That just you don't really know what you have there in such a key position?
Well, it is a key position, and you look at a quarterback position, and it's a position that is going to get a lot of praise and it's going to get a lot of criticism, and because you look at it, your team isn't going to go until your quarterback goes. So we have to get better there, and whether it be David, whether it be Swoops, whomever it is at that position, we're going to have to play better and be better.
Charlie, can you talk about just from a schematic standpoint defensively, whether it's Jenkins or Nashawn Hughes, having that guy outside linebacker that you could rush in, he can cover the slot. Do you like that spot being a versatile guy who can do a lot of things?
Well, at that position, either both of those guys can play that position, whether it be Hughes or Jink. Either one can play it. Jenkins doing an unbelievable job of playing. We don't ask them to cover the slot. Most of the time they're locked up on the tight end because if we play our man coverage, they have the tight end man. Only time they're locked up out on the slot is that we're in zone coverage. But that position, they're going to blitz a lot. So it's those two guys, they fit that, what we're asking for, the profile of that position, they fit it very well.
Is there two or three that just really jumped out at you today with their performances?
2 or 3 players. Well, you like the way Malcolm started running there, running behind his pads, scored a couple of touchdowns. And defensively, Malcolm Brown at the D tackle was a handful. When he wants to play, he can create a lot of havoc and can make plays. And then you're always just just thinking in the back end. It's just more just guys just playing and nobody just really standing out. But those two guys are two there.
Thompson really made big strides.
Yeah, Mikael has made big strides, and he's playing a safety position where he needs to make big strides.
When you talk about the progress that Ash was making maybe before the foot injury,
Well, what David was doing before his foot injury, he was doing a great job of just managing the offense and doing everything we asked him. And the same thing, he's a guy who's got to get better. So even though, you look at him and you feel like he's getting better, but he can improve much better. And that's what you want to see, not only from him, but, within everyone within this program. We can all get better.
do you feel like you have 100% buy-in from this roster, or do you still have guys who are wondering?
Well, you always have guys that are going to wonder because a lot of times guys are going to wonder when things don't go their way. So then you're going to have guys that kind of want to be a locker room lawyer, but still I'd say probably a large percent of his team understands and they know what is expected of them. And so when we get them all 100, when you get them all bought in, then you feel like you're going to have a good football team.
Talking about that, the confidence issue, all those things, has changing the culture here been harder than you thought it would be?
No, changing culture hasn't been hard at all because I still say this. When you recruit kids with good character, which Coach did a great job of recruiting here, when you have good character kids and the kids that want to be successful, then changing the culture isn't hard. It's just making sure that you can just build within them, and you just make sure that you can build a confidence and let them realize that they can be very good.
How would you describe your mood now that spring's over?
My mood? Well, you look at today and it's, you want it more and you wish you could have played, we could have executed a lot better. But, my mood, it doesn't ever change, it's some practice days are good, some are bad.
You're not angry or anything?
No, I don't ever get angry. I just get mad.
What's the deadline for that 100% buy-in, Charlie? Is it now? Is it summer? Fall camp?
Well, it's so hard to say when you're going to really get everyone totally bought in, because when things don't go some guys' ways, they will never buy into your program, especially when a guy thinks he's better than what he is. And then, I had a meeting with the parents today, and I told them if there are any issues with a player, they don't need to contact Facebook, they don't need to contact the reporters, they don't need to contact Twitter, they just contact the position coach or myself. And if you want to know, you don't have to ask one of them. I can tell you what the issue is. And but that's what have you had to tell your players, because when you get everybody bought in, then you feel like the team is moving in the right direction. But it's so hard when you're dealing with that many guys. It's totally hard to get them all bought in. But you just want to make sure that the vast majority that are bought in are running a football team, not that 5% that isn't bought in.
We have time for two last ones, guys, and then there's some guys in the breakout room.
When you go on the bus tour that's coming up here, you're going to get hit 100,000 times probably by fans. How good are we going to be, coach? Those type of questions. Are you comfortable with people are going to say Texas design? We'll see, or hey, they're a middle of the pack team or whatever. You comfortable with that you guys are going to be kind of?
Only thing. Yeah, the only thing I can say is this: that we're going to be a team that we're going to go out and we're going to compete hard, and we're going to play hard. And if we go compete and we go play and we play within ourselves, then we'll see where we end up. It's so hard to make predictions. You always look at where people always start. It's not where you start, but where you finish. People can make the predictions all they want to about you. But if a team gels and it comes together at the right time, who knows what can happen and the level that it can rise to.